Hello, and welcome back to Tap Blues into Breakthroughs. If you watched part one of this video on Nice Guys Finish Last, you know we explored how easy it is to feel like being kind doesn't get you anywhere, while mean people seem to come out on top. In part two here, we are going to dive deeper into how we can shift our mindset to feel more empowered. We're going to explore how to redefine success. We're going to take control of our reactions, and we're going to tap into the strength of kindness and compassion. So if you are ready to tap into a new perspective, let's get started. Take a deep breath. Even though I've felt like being kind doesn't always pay off, I'm open to shifting my perspective today. Even though I've struggled with the idea that nice people finish last, I choose to embrace a new way of thinking. Even though it's hard sometimes to stay positive when other people seem to get ahead unfairly, I'm ready to tap into my own power and start seeing things differently. I'm ready to open my mind to new ways of thinking about how I show up in the world. I'm open to the idea that my kindness and integrity are valuable, even if I don't always see immediate rewards. I'm ready to let go of the belief that nice people finish last. It's okay to redefine success on my own terms, separate from what society expects. I can release the frustration I feel when others seem to get ahead unfairly. I'm ready to focus on what I can control. And that's my actions, my choices, and my values. I trust that by staying true to myself, I'm creating a path that's right for me. Now we'll do a more reflective round. No need to repeat anything here. Just tap along and notice what comes up for you. Tapping on the eyebrow. Let's address the meaning of success. What if success isn't just about getting ahead or winning at all costs? Consider that success doesn't have to look the same for everyone. It's not just about money or status. Those things may be important, and that's okay. But what if it's more about feeling fulfilled, being emotionally well, and nurturing genuine connections? Think about what a meaningful life looks like for you. Maybe it's staying true to your values and focusing on the relationships that truly matter. Can you give yourself permission to redefine success in your own way, separate from what society tells you it should be. Side of the eye. How much time do you spend focusing on what others are doing versus what you can control? We can't change the way people act, but we do have control over our own responses. What if choosing kindness and integrity could be your power move? Not because it's always rewarded by others, but because it reflects who you truly are. Imagine how empowering it could be, how empowering it could feel to base your actions on your own values rather than on how others treat you. Can you shift your focus toward what you can control and let that guide your next step? Under the eye. How often do you stop to consider what others might be going through when their actions frustrate you? It's easy to see people who thrive without accountability and feel like they're winning. But what if their behavior is actually a reflection of their own struggles? People who treat others poorly might be lacking real connection. They might be lacking trust or fulfillment in their own lives. They might be dealing with loneliness, insecurity, or deeper pain. Of course, it doesn't make their actions okay, but it can help us remember that we don't always know what others are truly facing. Compassion allows us to recognize that their choices are a reflection of their own struggles, not a sign of true success. What comes up for you when you think about it this way? Under the nose. Have you ever had those moments when you feel like being kind or doing the right thing has cost you? Maybe it feels like you give and give only to see others seem to get ahead while you are left wondering if it was worth it. And now, can you remind yourself that your kindness is its own reward? It's a reflection of your integrity. It's a reflection of your values and of your true self. When you stay aligned with kindness, you're building something much more lasting. You're building connections based on trust. You're building emotional fulfillment and a sense of inner peace. And these things may not always show up immediately, but they create a foundation that support you long term. When you think about it, how does it feel to know that your kindness is part of the bigger picture, even if the rewards aren't always obvious right away? Moving to the chin. Have you ever caught yourself questioning your worth because of how someone treated you? Maybe you've been kind, but their actions left you feeling less than. Here's the thing. Your worth is not determined by how other people treat you. It's determined by your actions, your integrity, and your values. Now, it's really important to remember that kindness doesn't mean you have to tolerate disrespect or let people walk all over you. You have the right to set boundaries and stand up for yourself while still maintaining compassion. You can be assertive and kind. You can Prioritize your needs without feeling guilty. How does it feel to know that you can maintain your worth, protect your boundaries, and still show kindness to others? Collarbone. How much energy do you spend comparing your journey to someone else's? It's so easy to get caught up in feeling like success is a race. But what if we shifted our focus? Instead of competing with others, what if we focused on how we can contribute to the world around us? When you think about contribution instead of comparison, you might find a sense of peace and empowerment. True success doesn't come from being ahead of others. It comes from knowing you've made a positive impact, no matter how it's recognized. Kindness and integrity can help you build trust, connections, and support networks that lead to success in ways that aren't always immediately visible, but they're incredibly valuable. How does it feel to imagine success as a result of the contributions you make rather than a race against others? Under the arm, you might feel like things aren't happening fast enough, or that your efforts to stay kind and true to your values are going unnoticed. But what if success isn't always immediate? Sometimes the process is slow and growth happens in more subtle ways. The seeds you plant today, whether in relationships, personal growth, or kindness, might take time to bloom. Trust that staying aligned with your values, even when the rewards aren't instant, is building a foundation for long-term fulfillment. How would it feel to embrace the journey, trusting that everything you're doing is leading to the right outcomes, even if you can't see them right now? Top of the head. It's natural to want others to recognize and appreciate our efforts, especially when we put so much into being kind, ethical, and true to ourselves. But what if you didn't need external validation to know that what you're doing is worthwhile? What if you could trust that your actions, no matter how unnoticed they seem in the moment, are enough? When you stop seeking approval from others and start validating yourself, you open up space to feel empowered and at peace, knowing that your worth is not dependent on anyone else's opinion. How does it feel to trust yourself and know that your actions are enough just as they are? Back to the eyebrow. Go ahead and repeat after me. I trust that my kindness and integrity are making a difference. I am proud of the choices I make to stay true to myself. I embrace the power of compassion for myself and others. I know that kindness is not a weakness, but a strength. I trust that everything I'm doing now will lead to my greatest good. Success might look a little different for me, and that's okay. I let go of the need for external validation and trust that I am enough. I am aligned with my values, and that is my greatest success. Take a deep breath. Great work today. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by the unfairness around you, remind yourself that choosing kindness is a conscious, powerful decision. You don't have to change who you are to find success. You can honor your values and still thrive. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, and I so very sincerely hope that you did, please like and share it with someone you care about. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel where we transform all kinds of blues into breakthroughs one tap at a time. I will see you soon.